Okay, it works now. Where'd the paper go?
Threw it away.
No, it's right here. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, where did we get to?
Did you press record?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I see it. Okay. I don't know what this means. But it says, what did you do in UO to make IRL shinies? Just curious. I used to play quite a bit.
Alright, so I lived off of Ultima Online for a couple of years. Just buying and selling. Buying and selling people's accounts, stripping down all of their items, selling them on my vendors, because I owned a vendor tower outside of Britannia. And then I just resold the accounts on eBay. So you would get about the same amount of, like, alright, for example, if I bought an account for like $500, I would strip it of all the items, resell the account for $500, and then sell all the items at a really low price just to get traffic coming to the vendor house, which people had to pay rent to be at the vendor house, so I made money off of the rent, off of the items, and then I became a broker for TradeSpot, which, that was before the TradeSpot scandal. I was not involved in that shit. And then brokering was just fucking piracy. Because someone's like, I got $1 million on Simona, and I'm like, you want it on LS? And they're like, yeah, and I'm like, you get 900K. It was dumb, you take 10%. It was fucking free money back then. Because gold sold for about $110, I think, per million. So when you're taking 10% of all that, it was fucking piracy. Fucking piracy. And the best part was, the IRS did not have a tax code for real money transactions online. So what I was doing was not tax evasion, because when you actually tried to file your taxes, they would not let you file any money you made off of virtual property.
Oh.
Because it didn't exist to them.
Oh.
So your taxes, 0%.
What a time to be alive.
It was sweet.
The birth of the internet,
But-
right?
The birth of the internet.
I bought and sold accounts, and I was a TradeSpot broker.
I
so-
really do think you should start a series that's just Kevin
The Wild West of the
narrates
internet?
the birth of the internet.
I could. There's a lot of legal things in there now.
Okay, moving on. What is your favorite moment from running a card shop, and also the worst moment from G Knuckles?
Favorite moment? I don't have to get my coffee anymore. These bitches get it for me.
I am a coffee bitch.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, my favorite moment? Like, single
He
moment.
says favorite moment.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite moment. Oh, God.
Do
I don't have much fun at work.
Moment? Or favorite moment?
When Kevin stopped showing up, and now I have to own a card shop.
Is that your favorite moment or your worst moment?
It's a moment.
It's just
It's
a
a
moment.
moment.
It's both my favorite and my worst moment.
Okay.
My favorite moment? I literally have no idea what my favorite moment or worst moment would be.
Want to think on it and then come back to it?
Alright, the worst moment. There's been a lot of worst moments, honestly.
Okay.
Like every time a computer crashes.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty bad. I have a personal worst moment, but it's not. It has anything to do with the card shop.
I think that's up to you if you want to go into that or not.
Well, I was just moving in here and meeting the girl next door.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the worst thing that's ever happened to me because of card store. I'll tell you about that sometime.
Sometime.
Oh man, just your whole issue with your mom was the worst moment.
Yeah, but that's also not a card store. I have no idea what a best and worst from a card shop would be. I think the best moment is when I got to confess my love to MTG McQuacks
Oh.
because of owning a card shop. Wedge, you're okay too. But I fucking love McQuacks.
I think the worst moment for me has been when Brian Baker comes into the store.
The dude just doesn't shut up, you know? He just keeps going and go, look at him. Look at him just go.
I need cards. It's like ridiculous.
Okay.
I'll think on that when
Okay.
I come back.
Worst moment every time someone wants to buy a card from me.
Yeah, the worst moment's when customers come in. We just don't want to deal with that shit.
I don't know how to do damage control from that, so we're just gonna move on. Hi, I am an aspiring game shop owner and was wondering if Kevin would be interested in talking with me about starting a business. I live nearby in Timber Top, and I know Aaron from... No, this is the best part. I know Aaron from when we were kids in Indian Guides.
Aww.
I am looking at possibly opening up a shop near the Willoughby area, and I don't think there is much competition up there.
Okay, one, yes, you can come talk to us, and two, what do you mean you don't think there's much competition? That's something you need to know before you do it.
Thanks for the heads up, guy. We're opening a new store in Willoughby.
Yeah, exactly.
Darium's too. Aaron, do you want to say hi to your old Indian guide friend?
Hello.
Okay. All right.
Aaron's such a lover.
Okay, ready for this one?
Yeah.
Hello. I just watched all your Q&A videos about opening a store and was curious about your tablet PayPal POS system. If someone does not have a POS system and only uses a tablet with a swiper, how do they know what is sold and keep track of what is selling and not selling? I am not talking about inventory, just about sales tracking and information in that area.
Isn't that inventory?
Also,
Hold on, let me reread
I
that.
know.
If someone doesn't have a POS system, we use the tablet, and how do they use keep track? Also, how do you print receipts for customers?
Now, also, how do you print receipts for customers that use this? Thank you for your videos, Possessive. I learned a lot. I would love to see more.
Okay, one, we don't print receipts. They either have it text messaged to them, emailed to them, or not at all. If you didn't use a POS system, you're not talking about your inventory, just your sales. I don't know how you would do it, because how the fuck would you know what you have to sell? If someone's like, I need 4 windswept tees, you'd be like, hold on, let me go count. I don't know how you would do that.
What do you think, Aaron?
Unless you're not selling singles. Then you could do that. I think I'm missing a vital part of this question.
That's what they gave you. You have to answer exactly word for word.
I guess you just have to remember how much inventory you have.
You have to be a savant. If you're a savant with remembering magic supply, nailed it. Nailed it.
When we had, when we didn't have a POS system, we just had everything in cases. We just kind of didn't know how many we had.
We used a binder for commons and uncommons and just stuffed them in there. They had to go through and find it, and then we had it all on a display wall, but it was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, we didn't really know how many we had.
Use a POS system.
People were just like, I need this many, and we would be like, well, we have this many.
And you have to be online now. You have to sell shit online. You cannot survive just as a physical store anymore. You have to have some kind of eBay, Amazon, TCG player presence. You cannot do it without that. You just can't. So you have to have a POS system to keep track of all that shit.
Definitely makes it easier.
It does. The amount of money you save on just inventorying shit.
eBay could be your inventory thing.
eBay can be your inventory, but it gets fucked up all the time.
Yeah, I don't know how it does.
I don't know, but it gets fucked up all the time. So if you want to go on the cheap, you can use eBay as an inventory system. But don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Don't.
You're gonna be like, how do I not have any of this thing?
It happened to us all the time. Let me see this again.
Do you have a best worst moment?
No, I don't.
I'm sorry, I won't bring it.
The worst moment is every time I have to do a Q&A video.
Only use the tablet.
People really
swiper.
like
How
them.
do you know what is sold? Okay, how do you know what is sold and keep track of what is selling and is not selling? If you only have a tablet, so you don't. You just don't keep track of what is selling and sold.
The iPad keeps track of like your daily sales revenue and how much.
But not what is sold. Whenever we plug it into the iPad, you just put in the price. You don't actually put in the items.
I just
Yeah.
want to show everyone
You
that what we're
could
looking at
actually,
is Brian Baker just like silently judging us while we make this video. Like, do the face you were making.
That was a perfect face, dude. You're so.
It just like, how would you feel if you're trying to answer questions and Brian Baker's just there like,
it's amusing me.
uh-huh.
I'm trying to think of what my answer would be.
I think
Oh,
Just
okay.
pen and paper.
The iPad can do inventory, which like
It probably can.
you could just be like, we sold 4 windswept teeth for this much, but that's a lot.
Adding
of time.
it would take forever.
It's not worth it.
No,
No.
it's not. But it can.
I mean,
Look how exhausted you look talking about it.
You just, all right, here's what you do. You get Crystal Commerce. They take 2% of
Yeah.
every sale you do. Not through the POS system, only online. It sucks that they rape you for 2%, but their back end and their inventory system is done for you. You don't have to add in really anything. You just put in your inventory and import everything. You don't
I mean,
have to
if
build
you're
it.
not doing online sales, if you're just doing in-store sales,
Then it's
POS
free.
system probably isn't necessary. It's helpful, but not entirely.
Well-
Welcome to How to
necessary.
Open a Card Shop with Brian Baker.
It's not necessary.
I know what I'm doing.
When we had all the cases and we had all the cards. And
Yeah, that
binders,
worked.
It worked, but it was stressful and it was a pain in the ass.
We had a separate inventory because we were also doing eBay at the time.
Yeah.
I know.
The amount of
Which
headache you
sucks.
save is worth the money for a POS system. Just spend the $2,000 and just get
Yeah,
it
because that's
over
what
with.
Coral does.
Coral.
Yeah.
Well, he has two
Because he
separate
has two
inventories.
separate stores because he doesn't have inventory in his other one, and he
Yeah.
sells all that stuff online.
He also has a lot of shit.
So much shit.
If you have that
Like a
much
castle
shit,
of shit.
you're gonna own a point of sale system if you have that much shit.
So, to wrap up this Q&A session, oh, this got real cute. Good night. What are we thankful for?
Boundaries.